Wait for it. Wait for it. Now.
I always felt stuck, behind, and late until I did this. If you're starting this year already feeling behind, you are not alone. And more importantly, you are not behind. Let me tell you a fact most people don't know. Studies show that nearly 7 out of 10 adults feel behind on their life timeline. Behind in love, behind in their career, behind financially, behind where they should be by now. And here's the twist. Everyone is comparing themselves to everyone else, and everyone thinks they're losing. People fascinate me. The married people envy the single people. The single people envy the married people. People with careers envy people who are entrepreneurs. People who are entrepreneurs envy the people with stability. No one feels ahead. Everyone feels behind. How many of you listening right now feel like you're behind in one of these areas? You're starting the year and you're already thinking, look at that person, they got promoted last year. Look at that person, they're making a difference. Look at that person, they've got their job. Look at that person, they've got a few more followers than me. Today, I want to show you, number one, why you feel behind psychologically and culturally. Number two, why your timeline is not late, statistically and scientifically. And number three, how to stop letting comparison ruin your year. I also want to give you the steps to rebuild confidence, momentum, and purpose, all in this episode. This episode might be one of the most important ones you hear all year. Let's begin.
Let's talk about the truth about why you feel behind. There are 3 main reasons we feel behind, and none of them are your fault. Reason number 1, we compare our insides to other people's outsides. There's something called the highlight bias. You see people's weddings, promotions, vacations, homes, milestones, but you never see their breakdowns, their failures, their doubts, their setbacks, or their insecurities. Statistically, people overestimate how happy others are and underestimate how happy they are. You're comparing your confusion to someone else's filter. No wonder you feel behind. Stop comparing yourself to others. You don't know the battles they hide or the bridges they had to burn to get there. Stop comparing yourself to others. Your timeline is custom made. Theirs was never designed to fit you. Stop comparing yourself to others. Success looks different on everyone, and so does the struggle. Stop comparing yourself to others. Your progress is happening quietly, internally, in ways no photo or post can capture. And stop comparing yourself to others. You're not here to match anyone. You're here to become the person only you can be. So, the reason we compare ourselves is because we don't know enough context. If you only see someone's post and assume you know them, you know nothing. If you only see someone's tweet and assume you know them, you know nothing. If you only see someone's status update and think you know them, you know nothing. When you envy someone, you have to learn to study them. When you study someone, you get context, and when you get context, you realize you're more likely in the same place or even better off. Robin Roberts famously said, "If everyone threw their problems into a pile, they'd immediately grab theirs back." We compare the worst of our lives to the best of everyone else's. Of course you feel behind. When if you were actually able to get to know people deeply, this is one of the reasons why having a shallow understanding of lots of people is so harmful. Because when you have a shallow understanding of everyone, you think everyone's doing better. When you have a deeper understanding of everyone, you recognize you're all kind of going through the same thing.
Reason number 2, you were sold a timeline that doesn't exist. Graduate by 22, career by 25, married by 30, kids by 35, successful by 37, fulfilled by 40. This timeline was invented in the 1950s and hasn't been real for decades. Today, the average age of marriage is the highest it's been in history. Most people change careers 3 to 7 times. People find their purpose in their 30s, 50s, even 60s. The average age of a successful entrepreneur is not 21, it's 45. You are not late. The timeline you're comparing yourself to is outdated. You're not late. You might be moving slower because you've had more to carry, not because you're doing something wrong. You're not late. Half the people you think are ahead of you just feel as confused inside. You're not late. You're taking a real path, not the imaginary one you thought you'd be on at 18. You're not late. You're building your life while figuring yourself out. And that takes time for everyone. See, this idea that there was a perfect time to have kids, a perfect time to get married, a perfect time to win at life isn't real. Everyone's timeline is absolutely different. And when we try to live our life based on what the people around us are doing, think about how life would go for a second. If you did everything at the time everyone around you did it, how would that feel? That means you'd have to rush getting married to someone you don't love because you hadn't found them yet. You had to rush having children because everyone else was having them and you felt behind. If you do things that you don't want to do just because you feel behind, you will never be happy in your life. Because decisions should be made when you're happy, when you're ready, when you're peaceful, when you're content, when you're excited. Not when you're scared or anxious or nervous.